Today we're talking about why a true INFJ always gets back up. You've heard that INFJs are considered martyrs, right? It's one of those things, you read it at first and it sort of feels like a badge of honor. I know that that was the way it was for me. And it was even different than that. I thought of myself as somebody who can sacrifice so much for others, and that was sort of my ego. That's what made me special in my eyes, and I never let go of that, even when it led me to completely losing myself, not having any kind of joy for life at all, because that's part of who I was. Thankfully, in our INFJ community, we look at it differently now. It's not something that is said like, yeah, I'm a martyr and that makes me special. We look at it from a perspective of, yeah, it's something that we can do, but it's also something that is actually unhealthy because it leads us to a place of complete depletion. And if we get there, guess what? We cannot save anybody because we actually drowned with everybody. We go all the way down with them to the bottom of the ocean, and then we cannot pull them up anyway. Our goal actually is to become somebody who's so strong, so independent, so happy and connected in a healthy way that we actually become the rock that people can pull themselves up on. But we still have to look at the fact that we can be martyrs and what that means and what a superpower that actually is. Because it definitely is. We just don't use it in the healthiest way. I mean, what does that mean? It means that we're able to take a lot of mental pain. Other types can take physical pain. Like I have SE friends like ISFPs or ESTPs. Like they can do all-nighters. They can work really hard physically. Like things where I thought I would have given up long time ago. There's no way I have that capacity to pull through on such things. But when it comes to this mental toughness, I can take a lot, and I've taken a lot in the past, and because I can do that, I've actually also done this. And I've seen this with so many INFJs that I've worked with, not just in the one-on-one coaching, but in boot camp and like, you know, through talking to you in the comments, that yeah, this isn't just me. This is a typical INFJ thing. We do have the mental toughness, and if we don't believe that we deserve better, we actually go all the way and use it. See, that's the thing about not giving ourselves all the love that we deserve. This isn't just an INFJ thing. I've seen this with other types just as often, but in other areas, that as long as we have energy left, we're going to use it to help somebody else. We're going to use our power in such a way that we don't feel really, really great and we thrive. No, we actually use it to survive. We give others everything that is in excess, at least that's how it feels like, and we use the little amount that we need just to keep our head above water. But it's time to change that. And you've seen this in the past when you were forced to do an INFJ door slam, say goodbye to somebody in your life, cut people off or situations that were harmful to you. You tried your best, you really gave it your all, but then when you see I cannot take it anymore, you just let go of all of it, but then you gather your strength back to yourself and you get back up. That's something that we can do, and it's something that we continuously do. Very often if an INFJ stays at a low place, it's because they haven't hit rock bottom yet. Because it goes against our default state, which is you don't have to feel superior than others. You don't have to have a better life than others. Look at all the people suffering. You are doing well enough. But that attitude will keep us exactly there. Somewhere where we're barely keeping our head above water. But it's time to change that. And the fact that we do have the power to always get back up is all the proof that we need that we can change this whole system, that we can change the narrative and get to a place where we're not just merely surviving, we're actually thriving. That's why I created the 5 pillars to an INFJ epic life, because these are the things that help me get back up. These are the things that have helped my INFJ clients get back up, and to such a place where it's not just temporary, where it's not like, okay, I'm going to repeat the same patterns like I did before. No, I'm going to put my well-being first so I can become this strong, solid, happy, fulfilled, excited about life rock that people then get inspired by and can pull themselves up. Remember, if you haven't downloaded it so far, get the poster. It's for free. The link's in the description. And then you see the 5 pillars to an INFJ epic life that you can start using today. But so what is the overall thing? What is it going to take if you say, okay, I am in this position. I feel like I'm barely surviving. I feel like I'm giving everything to others and I'm doing my best, and it would be just selfish to do what is best for me. I don't need all of that. I'm good by myself. Well, let me ask you this. Do you feel right now you're living the best life you can ever have. You don't have any regrets. You feel like everything is perfect. If that is the case, great. I'm happy for you. That's an amazing place to be. But if you don't, then let's try this. Let's give it a chance. Let's make something happen, and then you can make your own mind up. You're smart enough to figure out if this works for you or not, but you have to try it. What happens if you say, okay, I'm going to use my power in a different way now? All that mental strength that I used to give to others and just give barely to myself, let's change that up. If you give 70 and you get 30 back, tell yourself, okay, I'm going to find a better ground here. I'm going to find a better dynamic here. Yes, it's probably not that easy for an INFJ who is always given 70% of the relationship and the other person 30. And I'm not just talking about romantic relationships here. We're talking coworkers, we're talking friends, we're talking also just things in your life of, I'm trying to make my friends feel good. I'm not going to care about my hobbies because they don't really care about them and it will make people uncomfortable. I want them to really enjoy the music we're listening to, so I cannot put on the music I like because nobody else likes it. But guess what? Every single one of your friends also likes a different music, and it's okay for you to turn up their music, but it's not okay to turn up yours. And this is just a quick example of how this thing will change. So if you're not able to say, well, from a 70 and 30 relationship, I want to get to a place of 50-50, which would actually mean that person continues to give their 30%, whatever they may be, let's say 30 points, and you give 30 points as well. That would be a 50-50. When you go back from those 70 points and you say, no, I'm only going to give 30. I'm not going to care so much about their pain. I'm not going to care so much about how I can improve their life, make their life better, and do all of that. I'm going to make sure that first off, I give as much as I'm getting back from them, and that additional energy I'm going to use to make myself better. I'm going to improve my life. Because trust me, I know this from experience. I've seen this so often. We have to get to that place. That's the place where you can really help. Very often, we're afraid to take that step because of two reasons. Number one, if that happens, nobody's going to like you. That's what we think. We think if I'm not giving, why would anybody want to be my friend? Why would anybody want to be close with me? And you'll see, yes, people will need you less, but this is actually the way out of codependency. You give to yourself so much more that you don't need so much from other people anymore. It's an incredible journey and you have to sort of jump into it. You have to dare to make that jump. And if going from 70 to 30 is too big of a jump, and I know it is very often, do it slowly. Say, okay, they can continue to give 30, but I'm not going to give 70. I'm going to get 60. And I'm going to adjust to this until I feel good. And then I'm going to put the additional energy that I have that I'm not going to concern myself with, whatever they're doing or how they would need me. I'm going to put it into creating a better life for myself. And that includes your vocation. And see, that's the second point why we're so afraid of that step. The first one was that we're afraid people are not going to like us. Yes, people will like you less, but it's a good thing because you will like yourself more, and altogether you will fill yourself up. The second reason is because we actually have the urge to give. We understand people so well. We're natural empaths. This is just who we are. How can we stop this? And that's where your vocation comes in. You start helping people with healthy boundaries. That means you don't put this out when it comes to your closest relationships, your parents, your siblings, your romantic relationship. No, you say, I expect equal partnerships. If I want to help, I'm going to do it in a healthy way. Meaning, you mentor somebody, you go out and join a social cause. There's so many ways how you can really express what you know and how you can help others. And it doesn't have to be in your closest relationships because there's always a codependency factor that doesn't make it possible to be really objective here. A true INFJ always gets back up, but what we want is to stay up. We don't want to get back to the place where we used to be. We don't want to be in a place where we're barely surviving. So let's just change that. Let's just say from now on, everything will change. I will put effort into creating a life for myself. I will put effort into not doing so much for others at the cost of my own well-being. If I go to the movies with my friends and we talk about what movie are we going to watch, you're not going to say, I don't care. You're going to force yourself to make a decision. You're going to force yourself continuously to find out what you want. Because so often we have learned to just just forget what we want. We have just learned to become this vast thing that is open to everything, that can adapt to everything. Yes, but that doesn't mean that we don't have preferences. That does not mean that we don't have things that we like more. And the more solid these things become, the more you put them into the real world, yes, people have to adapt to you. You're not going to be the one who adapts to every relationship more than everybody else. But because of that, you will have a base. That base will keep you strong. That base will keep you just uplifted to such an extent it's not even funny. And there are just amazing things going to happen if you take that route. I can guarantee you, you will not forget this. Every single INFJ knows how to get back up. This is a strength that you can either use to keep yourself above water or you can use to thrive. It's your choice. You decide how you want to live your life. You decide when the time has come. It's not like you hear this once and then you say, yes, everything's going to change. But maybe you're listening to this and you say, now is my time. Now I'm ready to take the next step. And that step could be go get that poster, join the boot camp, talk to another INFJ, get an accountability partner. Make sure that you value your life, that you value what you have to give, and you protect yourself. Only when you're in a great space, you can give of your cup of energy that is overflowing. You know, this metaphor works perfectly for us. You have a cup of energy, and our default state as INFJs, which is not a healthy default state, is, oh, I just need to give myself that little. That is enough for me. I can survive, and then I can give all the energy I have left to everybody else. But guess what? That's all you can give to yourself and to others. But if you choose yourself first, if you say, I'm going to fill my cup up, then you continuously can give to others, because then your cup of energy is continuously full and overflowing, and you can share it with others as well. It really takes courage, but I know you got it. And maybe now is the time. Maybe you needed to watch this video for a reason, to say, now I'm ready to take that step. Now I'm ready for my INFJ epic life, and I know I got this. I know you got this. So go get it. Remember, if you haven't done so by now, download the free poster, join the bootcamp waiting list so you get access to the early bird price. It's really a short amount of time that this is valid. We launch at the end of the month, and if you want to watch another video now that is in alignment with today's topic, then watch the video why the INFJ is a transformation warrior.